Welcome back, everybody, to Game 4 of Sparkyz versus STX Seoul. Unfortunately, Sparkyz in a 2-1 hole right now to STX after, a couple of kind of tough breaks, I would say, from Sparkyz. Type B going for a very quick lurker rush. I mean, I guess that's a pretty cheesy build, so if you get caught and don't defend your natural expansion, then I guess you kind of deserve to lose to that. But still Type B had, was within a few seconds. If he had defended that base, then he would have been in a very great position to end the game in the other direction. And once again, Lita in the last game against Cal, they both went for drops, and unfortunately, Lita's turrets were just a little bit too late, and his own drop just didn't do enough damage. Cal really did a good job of targeting down, and I thought Lita was going to be able to pull it off because of all of the dud scarabs that Cal shot, but still too much damage from Cal. Anyways, now this is the match I've been waiting for all week, really. This is Horang2 versus FrOzean. Horang2, the yellow Protoss in the northwest position for Sparkyz, and for STX Seoul is FrOzean right here as the orange Terran in the northeast position. This map is Fighting Spirit, 4-player map, but the reason that I'm so excited about this matchup is actually because just a couple days before this match was played, these two players faced off in an OSL preliminary group round, which was very exciting. I don't want to spoil it for anybody who hasn't seen it, but I will spoil it enough to say that the games were unexpected, and they were it was very close. Neither player got swept, so it did go into the third set. It was a best of 3 series, and pretty much close games, close interesting games all the way around. So if you haven't seen that, go and check it out. It was Horang2, FrOzean, and I think Effort was the seeded player into that group, so the winner of those two went on to play Effort. Anyways, I think that might be on Viletech too, so check that out, the Viletech channel. Anyways, getting back into this game, so right, that's why I'm so excited to see how this game turns out. So it's kind of a grudge match now, because these players who I don't think had ever played each other before, I'm not sure, playing each other in the OSL preliminaries, and then coming just a couple days later and playing each other again. And now with the match on the line, actually, it looks like Horang2 is going to be able to scout out this base. I don't think that wall off is going to be complete by the time he gets up there. Yeah, there's no second supply depot. So Horang2 is going to be able to get in there, scouts in the correct direction, and is able to get his scout in before that SCV, or excuse me, supply depot comes down. So he is going to have a little bit of an information advantage to start with, but he is going for a standard build, 1 gate into Cybernetics Core. We're going to see maybe he'll pull out the same build that Cal just pulled off, and defend his own, prevent scouting of his own base, and get down quick tech and go for a very early Reaver drop. Although it does look like, I'm not sure, he's just sending out that first Zealot to, I guess, helping with the scout. Maybe he's going to go in and try to harass at the front door. Just a single Marine so far built, but I don't think that Zealot's going to be able to do much against even a player like FrOzean. FrOzean, maybe not the greatest player in the world, but I think he is sort of finding his own rhythm a little bit. He's 1-1 this season, which doesn't sound like much, but it is pretty impressive considering he was 0-10 last Proleague season in the 08-09 season. So even just getting his one win out of 2 games, 50-50, is a huge step up from a 0 performance last season. Anyways, that first Zealot and Dragoon are pressuring onto that front front door, and I think that machine shop just finished now, so that tank is going to be pretty delayed, so that they're getting very close to taking down that supply depot, but I don't think they're quite going to be able to do that. A lot of SCVs coming off the line to defend against this, and yeah, there you go. Horang2 should be taking advantage of this to try to get some of those SCV kills, but wow, that's actually a very nice micro there by FrOzean to not only keep that supply depot alive, but also repair the SCVs that are getting attacked so that he doesn't lose any of them. And now he delayed for just long enough so that first tank is out, and that's going to push those early Dragoons and that Zealot out. Very nice defense by FrOzean. It looks like Goon range is spinning for Horang2, so likely to be setting up a huge a huge Dragoon and Zealot army later on in this game, although it is quite possible that he might be going for the two base carriers that he has pulled off in a couple of other games earlier on in the season. Horang2's just been playing kind of like a crazy person this whole season, twice going for two base carriers, and then in his last game last week going for Dark Archon first and doing some pretty impressive Maelstrom play. But regardless, so far I don't know. I haven't seen the indication. Maybe because that cybernetics core is spinning. Well, that's the reason. It could be. Right. Yeah, of course. Now, obviously, it's not. He's got a third gateway down and a robotics facility going down. But that cybernetics core could have been upgrading air weapons 1 as his upgrade rather than Dragoon range. However, it does look like he is going to be playing it a little bit more standard this game, going for goons, maybe some reavers, and getting himself established to push this on in the late game. Although FrOzean is in a pretty nice position after delaying that, or stopping that early Dragoon and Zealot pressure, keeping his supply depot alive, doing a nice job of defending against that, and then now he's been able to expand on his own. So, Horang2 really needs to get his economy rolling, get a little bit of an army up, and I would say he needs to get another expansion. It looks like he is putting down both a Citadel of Dune and an Observatory first, so he is prepping himself to be able to defend against any spider mines that come out on the field. But I'm not sure if he's going to go with Templar right away off of that Citadel of Dune, or if he's just going to maybe get some leg upgrades for his Zealots and use those speed Zealots to hopefully do some mine drags onto the tank lines of FrOzean. But still, so far, both players are really being comfortable, not putting any pressure on early on in this game. Other than that, first supply depot break that Horang2 went for, neither player has really tried to leave their base at all. They're just satisfied with ticking up. And actually, it looks like it might even be a quick Arbiters off of the Citadel of Adun that he put down. He is putting down his Templar Archives, and he's got a Stargate working as well. So he will be able to get some Arbiters very quickly, and that might be able to help him out early on. And by early on, I do mean into the mid game, because obviously neither player really rushing for anything as of now. But I don't think, I don't know how great of a position FrOzean is to defend against Arbiters. He does have his Academy out, and he's got 2 Comsat stations, so that is going to be pretty good. But so far, I don't think he has a starport, and obviously no science vessels because there's no starport. But regardless, both players are still waiting for anybody to leave their base. It looks like Horang2 is loading up his shuttle. He does not have a robotic support bay yet, so it's not going to be any Reavers, but likely to be, I'm guessing, 4 Zealots in there. It's possible that he also got in some Templar. If Storm is already researched, then he could do a huge Storm drop right here. He decides to just go right past the natural. The only harassment he's doing is making those SCVs leave the line, although it looks like he might have been leaving the line anyways to go down to the new base. Okay, I was about to say, I think that shuttle might be empty, but there is a Zealot in there. A Zealot that's not going to do anything because, FrOzean is in a great position with a couple of tanks already in his base to defend against this. However, this shuttle is going to be able to scout out this this third base that FrOzean is putting up in the 3 o'clock position. So he will be able to find out about that, and he actually might be able to stop it a little bit. There's a couple of vultures there to help defend against this, but I don't think that's going to be enough. Oh, that first tank is going to come in though, and that, yeah, 3 tanks now, and those going to be able to clear out those zealots pretty quickly. However, you know, Horang2 doing a pretty nice job with that harassment, getting a couple of SCV kills on that new base while it's before it's really up and running, and now he's going for his own second base. So it looks like the first Arbiter is probably being produced right now, and I'm going to take that opportunity to break this video, and we'll see you in part 2.